LGBT Pride
right.
Month.
Yeah, which is cool. Thank you very much to President Obama for that. It's very cool. You know, we have it's official. I mean, it's not a huge thing, but you know what?
It's an official decree.
Every little bit helps, and it's awareness. You know,
it's awareness. Yep.
So it's a good thing, and I think Barack has stuck his neck out a little bit in doing these kind of things, and not that this man has serious guts. There's no doubt about it. So I'm not surprised by that, but I really like Barack Obama.
He may not have stuck it out as far as he said he would yet, but he has gone out on a limb.
Yeah, and that's a lot for somebody in his position. It really is. So you know, I mean, it's a tough thing. God, I wouldn't want his job. What a position to be in. But so that was a really good thing. I'm really happy about that. And so yeah. Anyways, it was a good time. We connected with all sorts of people that we haven't seen for a while, and people that God, half of our organization showed up.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Which we had a full tent.
Want to thank all of our group members that came. We were planning on 2 or 3 seats throughout the day, and at one point we ran out of chairs. I think we had 6 or 7 people crowded under our little canopy.
Yeah, and thank you to your parents for providing us with a canopy, which was nice. Kept the sun
well,
off.
If they're not going to come to Pride, they'll show their support in other ways.
Yeah, well, that's cool. So that was a really good time, and a bunch of other stuff going on. Obviously, there always is.
There always is. Yep.
But anyway, apparently Brett is not going to show up. So hopefully at some point in the future we will get him on. I think I'm going to have to hog tie him and drag him in here because he's very busy. There's no doubt about it, and I'm sure he's distracted. And it's my fault. I should have called him and yelled at him and said, you know, don't forget you're on tonight. But
it is worth mentioning for anyone who does follow the theater or wants to go that Buddy's Tavern, which is a very well-reviewed show, runs through June 14th. So this weekend is your last chance to see it in the local theater at $30 a pop. If it ends up off Broadway, you'll be paying through the nose to see it, and you'll kick yourself for not having gone to the local theater. Starting June 24th, they start performing the off-Broadway hit Altar Boys, which is, they say, a foot-stomping, rafter-raising musical comedy about a fictitious Christian boy band on the last night of their national Raise the Praise tour.
Oh boy, that sounds like fun.
That ought to run the month between June 24th and June 26th. So, little plug for Brett and his theater, even though he did diss us.
Yeah.
Go see Buddy's Tavern. This is your last chance, your last weekend to do it. And then he's got Altar Boys coming up next month.
Yeah. We like him even if he didn't show up. He's a really nice guy. Brett's a good guy, and I'm sure he didn't do this on purpose.
No.
But anyway, we will make him pay. Might as well. Before I get too much farther, I just wanted to say something in case we had a caller last week. I don't know if she's watching tonight or not, but if she is, I just wanted to say, here I have a barrette. This is a barrette, and I wanted to thank her for pointing this out to me. I did actually know what a barrette was, and I do use barrettes. But you know what? I kind of think that the hair in the eyes like this, the bang hanging down and blinding me, it's kind of sexy. So you know what? I'm not going to use this. But thank you so much for the advice. Anyway. Okay, enough of that. I'm sure she's going to call us up now and yell at us. But,
well, if that's the way we have to get people to call, then we'll just have to start insulting people.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So anyway. I guess the capture cam is up. If you wanted to talk about
the capture cam.
Yes, I believe that is what that message meant. That the capture cam is up.
Oh, yes.
The musical.
I got you. That's right. One of the upcoming events, that's the capture cam.
That's the capture cam, yeah.
That you can see on the screen now, Soulful Remedies. It's going to be held at the No Ink Baptist Church on the 26th of June at 7 p.m. It's a women's concert. You can sort of see some of the folks that are featured there. Felicia Rose, Arlene Wow, and Pat Daddoam. I'm not sure about the last name there, but
yeah. That's cool. We actually saw Arlene Wild this weekend.
We saw Arlene Wild this weekend, and she actually, before Pride, she was actually playing at Two Wives right here in New London.
That's right. Yeah, we unfortunately missed that.
We missed that one, but she'll be playing again at the Women's Conference concert, Soulful Remedies. That was, again, sent to us by Constance.
Yeah, sort of like a Lilith tour kind of a thing.
Sort of a, yeah, Southern New England Lilith tour thing.
Yeah, kind of cool. But anyway, thanks for that, guys. Anyway. Yeah, we're almost like professional, huh?
Yeah, just have to learn what a capture cam means here. At home, it means the little camera's recording.
Yeah, right. Anyway.
One of the guys that approached us at the Pride event was actually wanted to let us know about an exhibit that they've got going at the CCSU library, the Iliu Burritt Library up in New Britain. If you've never been to CCSU, they've actually done a lot of work on the campus in the last 5 to 10 years, and it's a real neat place. And the Iliu Burritt Library, they've got, being the 40th anniversary, they've got, since Stonewall, 40 years of gay and lesbian civil rights. They actually have in their special collections, they have a lot of the paperwork and documentation, the memorabilia, handwritten stuff, journals from the folks that were involved in the Stonewall uprising. And they've got it out on display through the month of June in the library. I know our friend Diana had gone to this. They usually do a little speaking engagement when they open up these kinds of displays. And we talked about the one at the New York Public Library last week. This is even closer, right here in New Britain, if you want to take a drive up Route 9. She went to hear the actual speech, the actual talk about the material, and she was very impressed that it's one of the only times that she's heard the T mentioned in the LGBT uprising at Stonewall.
Yeah, and we know they were there.
We know they were there. They're attributed with giving the go-ahead, if you will. Go get 'em, boys.
Go get 'em, boys.
There's material recording that either in front of or behind the police line with the SWAT shields and the anti-riot gear. They were pressing the folks involved in the uprising. They were trying to press them back. There was a line of transvestite Rockettes.
Rockettes, yep.
Marching around behind them or in front of them chanting.
Yep. And apparently this thing kept going around the block. Apparently
around the block.
The police were going around the block, and they'd disperse everybody, and they'd reform behind them, and they'd just keep going around and around. It must have been really cool. I mean, I bet it was scary, but
sure.
But it must have been a really cool thing. Obviously it was too long ago for me to have been there. But
yeah, and we make some light of it, now, but certainly it was a huge deal. People were very much. Just like any of the other civil rights uprisings in U.S. history, it was a huge deal.
And went on for a whole week.
Went on for a whole week. Fortunately, turned in there were a lot of speakers that had gotten up. Her name escapes me now. Sylvia something. Was a transgendered person that had gotten up to speak, who frequently gets overlooked when the Stonewall speeches get covered. But CCSU Library in New Britain off of Route 9, they've got a lot of good material in their special collections about Stonewall and the birth of the GLBT movement in America. And especially they've got a lot of stuff about what little activism there was before Stonewall.
Right.
But they've got a lot of it on display, and it's the school library, so
that's neat.
Go check it out if you can't make it to New York.
Yeah, that whole Stonewall thing was very neat, and in fact we had Rich Smalley on recently, who was with the Stonewall speakers. They got their name obviously from the Stonewall
uprising.
But a very, and I had to print out a whole history on the whole Stonewall thing that I want, but of course we didn't get time. And we're going to get Rich back on again at some point in the future. He was
Rich,
really cool.
or at least one of the other. There's a handful of.
They have a bunch. Yeah.
Really interesting folks that have been involved in Stonewall Speakers Bureau for 5, 10, 15 plus years.
Yeah, very neat.
And it's very useful for us to remember to hear the stories of the people that have been fighting for their civil rights for decades now.
Yeah.
Because it was through their